Date.
So do you know the backstory for why this movie was made?
No, what?
So basically, Sam Raimi was supposed to direct a Spider-Man 4, of course.
Yeah, with the Mysterio.
Yeah, and the reason that never happened is Sam Raimi was so disgusted with how he was treated by the studio for Spider-Man 3 that he vowed to never make another Spider-Man movie. And as a result, Tobey Maguire was like, well, if Sam Raimi's not doing it, I'm not doing it. And Kirsten Dunst dropped out too as Mary Jane.
Oh,
so
that's a good
you have
thing.
the director and the two main stars dropped out. And basically, Sony had to make a movie, a Spider-Man movie, by 2012, or else they'd lose the rights. This movie was announced less than 16 months before it was released.
16 months.
Not even a year and a half. I might be wrong. All I know is that this movie was not even a concept up until 2011, and this came out in 2012.
Oh, that's bad. That's really bad.
Legitimate question. Do you think they hired Mark Webb purely because of his name?
I think that had a lot to do with it.
Because he's made like 2 other movies other than this, and they're both romantic comedies. It's very apparent they were trying to recreate the success of the Batman Dark Knight trilogy. It's very apparent from the colors, the style, and everything. It is so apparent that Andrew Garfield is not a high schooler.
I mean,
There
look at him.
There is no high schooler who looks like that.
I hope you've been doing your homework. Last time I was very disappointed in you.
I like Emma Stone much better than Kirsten Dunst.
Kirsten Dunst is a hoe in those Spider... There's not a single character in the original Spider-Man trilogy who is a male under the age of 30 who Mary Jane does not try or ends up sleeping with.
Yeah. I think this movie has the best chemistry, like, between the two main characters.
I gotta say, you never believe that Andrew Garfield was British.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, he hides the accent
So well.
really, really well.
I like the actor they picked for Uncle Ben here too. I think he looks like a good part for it.
Yeah, the casting in this movie, for the most part, is all right. And even though I think Andrew Garfield is the wrong choice personally in terms of age and physique,
Yeah.
I think he does good with what he's given.
Who's that?
Do you know who that is?
Some guy who worked with your dad, I guess.
What do you feel about what is your opinion about that connection to the villain? Because I personally don't like it.
Yeah, it feels a bit too much like they're trying to connect everything together.
Peter here is just, hey, this guy worked with your dad. Go check it out. Boom,
Yeah.
he's your villain now.
The fact that they put Richard Parker into so much of the backstory of Spider-Man, this
Is
like,
one part of its downfall, I think.
it feels too coincidental, and it kind of takes away the magic of what Spider-Man represents, which is the fact that literally anyone could be Spider-Man in a way.
Yeah.
You know?
Dad, I looked up my name on Google and now I have cookies. What do I do? Spider-Man gets dots. Like, I haven't seen this movie in like 5 months.
I haven't seen this in 5 years.
How do you know more about it than I do?
My memory is disgustingly specific.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, Mr. Guevara.
Gracias.
Why?
Like, see, yeah, I'm Spanish. I know gracias.
Tell him Rodrigo Rivera is down here. Please, just tell him Rodrigo Rivera's down here.
Surely someone would listen to him,
Right? Like,
and then go get the dude who took the name badge, who was obviously sus, and said gracias.
Sorry. Yo. Sorry.
Oh, it's this dude. The reason I brought him up is because his plot line is very stupid in this movie, from what I remember, in terms of where it goes. which is, well, nowhere.
Okay, so why did he have to open that door from the outside to let people from the inside out?
That seems very that's an OSHA violation.
Like, seriously, did you see that? He put in his password, and then people came
Like,
out.
This is a room filled with toxic spiders that can turn you into a superhero.
And it has to be
Open
turned on from the
outside.
outside. Those two guys could have been the other two Spider-Men. We learned one day that one of them's name is Miles Morales. Why? What did that accomplish exactly?
Why did that even happen?
Yeah, like, is it not normal that the spiders would just, like, pull one of the strings?
Yeah, and now it's just back to normal.
What? Why
the
did
hell
that?
was that?
Why did that happen?
Question, why would he even break into that laboratory with the spiders in the first place? It just seems a bit dumb.
Curiosity, I guess.
I mean, sure.
Why'd you do that? And that just gave away his secret identity.
Hey, a couple of weeks ago, this dude jumped off of the bench and hung on the ceiling with the tips of his fingers.
This really attractive 17-year-old stuck to the ceiling of the train.
Like, this dude is hotter than 99% of males, and they're trying to play him off as the nerdy,
Peter
awkward
Parker.
photographer.
No, that's the best joke.
That's the best
That's the best one.
I kind of hate the fact that he has to build web shooters to shoot the webs.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's how it works in a lot of the comics and in other iterations. But,
Yeah, most of the comics, actually.
Yeah, and that's how it works in the new ones too. But the reason I hate it is it seems a bit weird that he sort of embraced it and therefore made these amazing technological development weapons rather than that just being something he has at the start.
Yeah.
Like, sure, it shows that he's a really smart dude, but it's almost abnormally smart to the point where it isn't believable considering the rest of his character, especially in this universe.
He's not even the smartest guy in his class.
Yeah.
I don't like the camera style of this movie.
No, it's very
It's
flat.
bland. It's bland.
And it doesn't, the colors aren't very interesting looking. Like, this
Was like thrown together.
yeah, this is all gray.
Mhm.
Like, even the green, like,
Yeah, in the
trees
background
and
in the gray.
bushes, like, that's, it looks like Zack Snyder did this. It's like they toned down the saturation to 50%.
Plus, like, I like it when the camera's a little bit more bombastic. This is just boring to me.
Yeah, this feels amateurish.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like someone who did romantic comedies was hired to do a superhero movie.
Oh, look, the camera moved for the first time in this
Oh
show.
my god. They have a tripod.
Their camera's not hanging off of a string.
That means nothing.
that's not a real thing.
That those letters and symbols and numbers in real life, those mean nothing to anyone.
Be like 34,132 or something.
Did you humiliate that boy?
It's not like you beat him up or anything. He just dunked on him.
He literally did a dunk.
He just dunked on him.
Yeah.
I mean, they're in gym
He
class.
just didn't give him a basketball and then pulled a sick dunk.
What
That's
was
all
wrong?
he did. And you're complaining about him humiliating a kid? What is this?
All he did was dunk on him.
Yeah.
Literally it.
Is that understood?
What's the problem here? Because I don't see it.
Yeah.
Don't have to pay for the backboard. Dunks on bully. The uncle's like, no. Don't dunk on anybody else. That's the only lesson that I can get from this.
You don't dunk on bald-headed 25-year-olds in high school.
That's against the rules, Peter.
With great power comes great responsibility.
With great power comes great dunks, but you can't use it for evil. biggest conflict in this movie is legitimately Peter dunking on some kid.
What's the budget for this movie?
$230 million.
Holy shit!
It's this bad.
This movie cost more than the first Avengers did, and they came out the same year, 2 months apart. This music choice feels very strange.
Yeah. Like, this doesn't really fit the vibe.
No, it's just like indie rock melodrama music.
It, this really does feel like an amateur shot the film.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my gosh, that's like
Oh
eight
my
times.
God.
That's like 8 times the size of that rat. That rat is gonna die on impact.
That needle was wider than its eye.
Yeah, what the heck? What? Hey kid, little help, can you go catch that robber for me?
Yeah.
No?
Ben sees a robber, and he sees that he has a gun. And instead of just letting him go by, he's like,
Nobody had to die.
no!
This isn't Peter's fault anymore.
No, it's not a murder / accident like it is in the Raimi films. No, Ben is just an idiot.
Like in the Raimi films, Peter could have easily stopped the dude. He ran right past him.
Yeah.
That he could have stopped it. Just think about this for a second. If Peter would have like said, "Hey, he's stealing money," he would have pulled out the gun, and it would have become a more dangerous situation. The writing for this movie makes no sense at all. Oh, better dunk on him. No, wait, I can't dunk on him again. Hey, your uncle died. Sorry.
They're trying with the scene. They're trying.
They weren't trying with anything in this movie.
They tried with that scene.
Hey.
I'll give that scene to them and nothing else.
That scene didn't have to be in there at all.
We are 51 minutes in.
And this... Oh my gosh, this is terrible. I'm looking at this with a brand new lens, because I haven't seen this movie since, like... See, I watched this movie with my brain turned off. Now it's turned on.
And you're just like, oh my god.
Holy crap, this makes no sense.
This is so darkly lit.
Yeah, like, you can't even see half of the characters' faces.
Like, who's hitting who in this shot? Oh, thanks. Yeah, we needed that flashback shot right there. It's not like we got told that information and shown that
Like
shot
5
less
minutes
than
ago.
2 minutes ago.
Eh, you're good. You can mug this guy now.
Why does he have the sunglasses on over the mask?
So they can't see his eyes, obviously.
In terms of things that are of quality,
There's very few,
the acting is good.
for the most part.
Yeah, the relationship between him and Gwen is fine. And we had 2 funny jokes with the meatloaf and the alarm clock getting smashed.
Yeah, that entire scene was pretty good.
That like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
that's
that was
pretty
a good
good.
scene. I like
We're about an hour in and we got 5 good minutes out of this movie. Oh, that is not good looking.
No, it's not.
Oh no.
This isn't even good.
This is New York. No one saw that.
Excuse me, sirs.
I gotta say, I don't like the choice that almost all of this time, him being Spider-Man, throughout the first like 70% of the movie, is spent with him just trying to hunt down his uncle's killer, because it makes him feel way less noble and relatable of a character.
The dude's like, hey, I know that guy. He beat me up on a ceiling the other day. I like this.
This
I like
is cool.
I like this camera angle way more than like anything else that I've seen from this movie.
Why does his suit look like a football? It's got like the texture of a football.
It does.
Why would you do that?
He shot like almost.
He shot his
directly the
entire
guy.
clip out.
Not only that, but it was in the direction of the guy webbed to the wall. You almost shot the guy.
Yeah.
What is wrong with him?
Why would you even take fire?
Guys.
Taser.
Yeah.
And May, please go to sleep.
I can't sleep.
It's very unclear as to how much time has passed since Uncle Ben
Yeah,
died.
no, they don't really give a good
So this
explanation.
feels very unearned and awkward.
It's like, is this the same night? Or like, is this like 2 months in the future or something?
Yeah.
I feel like this movie came out to be like 5 hours long or something. They just had to cut a bunch out, so it's an hour and 30
Wait till we
minutes.
get to the deleted scenes. That is insane. I have to show you the deleted scenes for these movies because there's legitimately like 40 minutes of deleted content.
We're not watching all 40 minutes.
Did you know that Mary Jane was going to be in Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Really?
They filmed all of her scenes and everything. And they cut her out entirely. Is it just me or is this movie very boring so far? Outside of some really stupid shit here and there.
Spider-Man sections so far have been kind of like meh. My favorite part of this movie was Flash getting dunked on.
Purely and not for the right reason.
I still can't get over Peter dunked on him, and Ben was like, "No, you can't dunk on him. Why are you dunking on people, Peter?"
That's the best shot.
That's a really nice look.
That it's nice looking and it has meaning behind it.
Even though statistically he couldn't see that because he was on the end of the glass.
You ruined the one good shot. The one good shot in this movie, and you yeah, because you're looking at like the middle of the page. How do you see?
Yeah, no, he's. I ruined the one good shot in this movie.
Hey, man, you all right back there? Are you tweaking now?
Nah, he tweaking.
Oh no! So he sneaks into their daughter's room, and they just invite him over for dinner.
He crawled up the fire escape.
Calls up the fire
That's his story. To get past the doorman.
that he was intimidated by to have dinner with the chief of police again.
Will you please go and find out what's going on, Alfred?
Okay, so you know how the Indian dude who they've been showing throughout is like the business partner to Kurt Connors?
Yeah.
They just showed him get thrown in one of those cars, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's now hanging from the bridge. That's the last shot of him in this entire movie. He just stops existing. Even though there was some sort of implication that he was important, right?
Yeah, because like at the beginning of the movie, he's the one that had like the spider stuff in.
Yeah.
Like the files for it. I like it that this is how he shows that he actually, starts to care about people's lives.
This feels like Spider-Man.
Yeah, this is a Spider-Man scene right here. This is one of the few actual Spider-Man scenes that he has.
So you see how Dr. Connors just turned back into a human form?
Yeah.
So basically, in the original cut of this movie, that's what happens at the end of the school fight scene, and Peter forces him to basically go down into the sewers with him in that humanoid form, and basically that's when Dr. Connors explains the whole plot to flood the city with gas, rather than Peter finding it conveniently on video file, which makes more sense. And then also that's what happens to the Indian guy, is the Indian guy follows them down into the sewer, and then Connors turns back into the lizard when Peter's not looking and kills the Indian dude.
Oh, okay.
Did you know there's a rumor of a new species in New York? Beautiful and quite large. But it can be aggressive. If threatened.
Why is he intimidating Peter like that? Because he doesn't know that Peter is Spider-Man yet, of course.
Yeah, no,
So why
like,
is he
what
intimidating
is the
him
point
like that?
of this scene?
You're just being a douche. Like, that would make sense if he already knew that he was Spider-Man.
Which he doesn't.
He doesn't.
He just likes Peter.
He likes Peter.
And he's intimidating him for no reason.
But you would have me believe that he, in his spare time, is running around dressed up like a giant dinosaur.
So I don't see why he's being so stupendously against the idea of the giant lizard man. Because not only is there probably video evidence of it, but there's also now a Spider-Man swinging from the rooftops.
I think it's somewhat acceptable, considering the fact that we live in a world where people still don't believe coronavirus exists.
Oh look, but there's lizards going into the sewer.
There's lizards going into the sewer.
You know what that
therefore,
means?
the lizards in the sewer. This is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like this in concept, and it's executed okay.
Mm-hmm.
The concept of telling where someone is based on the shake of the webs that he shot down all these tunnels.
Like the guitar string.
Yeah. It's neat.
Yeah. I hope that this guy doesn't come back in No Way Home.
There's a shot in the trailer of him.
I mean, they showed like something that could be the lizard.
Yeah.
We don't know if it was. It was way too dark.
Yeah.
Well, much like this film, so maybe it is the lizard.
Yeah, now if that scene earlier
Yeah,
took
that would
place
have
right
happened.
after this,
Yeah, that would be nice. I like that.
sexy time.
I watched you put the mic up to your mouth, and I was like, "What is he doing?"
Yeah, Spider-Man 3 is better than this.
Yes, I haven't seen it in a long time, but I can tell you it's better than this.
Hey, it's the best scene in the movie.
Best scene in the movie.
Best scene in the movie.
The absolute best scene in the movie.
That was a great 12 seconds.
It was great.
Why did you take your mask off?
What are you doing?
What?
Huh? Oh, I gotta know who wrote this movie. This story was written by James Vanderbilt.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, that explains everything! Holy shit! Slender Man! I would like to mention the fact that this is the climax, and we are so uninvested that we're looking up the writer's IMDb page.
The writing in this film is just so bad. Originally, I was like, yeah, I like this better than Spider-Man 3, and then I'm like, no, no, I don't. They're not interchangeable either.
They're not
interchangeable.
This is on a different level.
This is just bad.
Your hands behind your head. Now!
Look at his face.
Me.
You're really doing this to me right now. What?
Pianos.
Why?
Why the piano? It sounds like a cat jumping on the keyboard. What are your thoughts on this crane scene here?
I mean, it's alright. But at the same time, Spider-Man hasn't really been doing much for New York at this point. He's been kind of self-centered, looking for his grandpa.
Yeah, he saved one kid.
He's one kid, and now he's just a legend of New York.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make too much sense.
Yeah, it doesn't feel earned.
What? No. No. You're telling me he's like walked back one step and flung up the entirety of half of a tall skyscraper.
It feels like they're on a set.
Yeah.
Like, this doesn't feel like they're on the top of a building.
Especially when it's unrealistic as this looks.
Yeah.
Why is he just holding his gun in the stationary position? He's like, I'm waiting for something. Something's gonna happen.
Is anyone gonna come here so I can shoot at him? No, okay, guess I'll just sit here. This is the thing I hate about this movie more than anything else, is the fact that Dennis Leary told Andrew Garfield not to make out with Emma Stone anymore, and then in the very last scene, he basically looks at the camera and says, well, promises are meant to be broken.
Oh my gosh, this again?
Physics. If this was shot in the POV style of that one,
Yeah, that would.
Recon
This would have been
was-
much like.
this would work so much better.
hmm And then it just zoomed out as soon as he gets this cool pose. Oh my god.
Jesus
The
Christ!
screenplay by James Van Der
3
Voort.
people.
Yeah.
Oh god! After
Oh,
credits.
the after credits.
Did you tell the boy the truth about his father?
The funny thing is, that dude right there, when they made that scene, they had no idea what they were gonna do with that character. They had no idea what his name was. They had no idea about anything.
Honestly, if we were averaging it out, I think it'd be a 3.
Yeah. The thing is, the second half we weren't even making fun of, though, and we didn't necessarily have our brains fully paying attention, yet we were still kind of just disinterested in it.
Yeah, there's no point in paying attention to it because it was all just the same stuff.
Yeah. So,
Scenes felt like they were completely out of order because there was no context to a lot of scenes.
yeah.
What was your favorite part about this movie? Because for me, it's kind of hard to
Smashing
pinpoint.
the alarm clock.
Smashing the
That was
alarm clock.
my favorite part.
No, my favorite part was the dunk. I can't get over the
Can't
dunk.
get over that either.
The camera work in this movie to me was like unbearable.
Yeah, it
It
was,
was so-
really
This was
boring.
like amateur film work. So one thing I do want to point out, the CG in this movie was bad, but at least it was like consistently bad. There wasn't like spikes of terribleness. It was a consistent level all the way through the
There
movie.
was no Superman CG lip in this.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, oh, that's not good.
The only good scene is getting dunked on.
I'm gonna turn that into a flag
Yes.
and have it wave over your house. I think 3 out of 10. We're in agreement on that.
Yeah, 3 out of 10.
Yeah.
Because there were some enjoyable parts of the movie,
Uh-huh.
but most of it was written very poorly.
Yeah.
So, oh man, this is terrible.
Oh yeah, that's it. We're done.
Yeah, we're done. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah.
If you watched this whole thing,
May God
thank
have
you.
mercy on your soul.
Thank you. You have another one coming up.
Yeah. Alright. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.